One bad snack does not define your day. What you're going to find is you'll wake up most days, go through the day just fine, and then bam, something bad happens. And now this will set off a spiral of bad things you're causing yourself to snack eat. Your mood will get destroyed, and it's not very good in the long term because it'll keep happening and it'll just make you reaffirm that you won't get your weight loss goals, when actually it's just a tiny little problem that you've expanded. Step one is identifying the trigger. What is setting you off when you're going through your day just fine? What is the reason that you're sabotaging yourself, eating bad foods and then eating more of it because you feel guilty? This is the main emotion that we're going to work on today. Usually the trigger starts from an argument. So with who? You personally need to think, if it starts from an argument, who is it with? Is it with your husband? Is it with your kids? Is it with people at work? Which is the next point. You've had a bad day at work, and why? Is it the boss? Is it something you can stop? Is it something to do with you don't even like your job and you want a new job but you can't escape it? Is it working with people? So if you're in retail, you'll find a lot of bad customers, and that's going to set you off, making you want to snack eat. We need to forget about comfort eating completely, and this is going to be how to do it. Another reason could be you're craving one little snack. Why would you be craving a snack? It is because you didn't have enough protein, fibre, water, healthy, nutritious plate, and then you're hungry, and then when you're hungry you always go to snack foods. That's just how it works usually. So what's the trigger for you? I'll let you write that down. I have a few minutes if you want to pause this video. You need to know this is the crucial part, or else this won't work. So have a think about that. Number two is the spiral effect, and this is where things go from something small to you having a snack. The spiral effect is you taking it way too far, overworking yourself, thinking you've done something really bad, and then you snack eating even more, ruining your progress. You don't go to the gym. So what I put here is one bad snack equals you feel like your whole day is ruined. You're going to dwell on that tiny little thing, which I'll tell you in a minute about one of my clients last week. Your frustration's building up, and then you just give in. You quit everything for maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe a year. And this is a very toxic mindset to have, and a lot of people have it. It's not uncommon. So all my clients have had it who are interested in weight loss. The toxic mindset that you probably have, that's why I clicked on this video, is instead of moving on, you snack eat even more. And that's where it takes you down into the spiral. You will lose the motivation for gym that night. You will feel moody with the people you're around just because you're frustrated with yourself that you've ate some Nutella. This is a story in a minute. And this is one of the main things that you'll think. Why should I even bother? I've done this now. I'm punishing myself, I'm going to make it even worse and just have 6-pack of donuts, which another client's had, start of January last year. That was monthly as well, a monthly occurrence. Really, today we're going to be talking about the wrong mindset, how to change it, why you self-sabotage, and how to break this endless cycle. What is the definition of self-sabotage? What I've wrote in my best knowledge is a harmful, self-destructive behaviour, you overreacting of something really small that doesn't need to be blown up to this size, and you being taken away from your goals by snacking and losing motivation, and then snacking more and losing more motivation. What this ultimately comes down to is you're punishing yourself, you're not feeling worthy of losing this weight, of achieving your goals. This topic is so crucial that I guarantee you will manifest your goals after you destroy the only thing that's keeping you from them, which is this. The main reason why this happens is you're not conscious in the moment. You need to be fully present to know what you're feeling, know what's going on inside your head, and listening to the thoughts that are coming up, which I'll tell you in a minute, and stopping them before they get to a dangerous level. So you've got to find a way to snap out those thoughts instantly. So if something triggers you, you've had a bad day at work, let's say, what thoughts are you looking for that you need to avoid and you need to snap out of? One of them is, I've already messed up, so I might as well keep going. That's a big one. I'll start fresh tomorrow. Have you ever said that? You don't have to wait till tomorrow. That's a full day away. You don't have to wait. You can start now. You've had bad food 10 minutes ago. You can change that right now by not continuing. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. Now, what are the main consequences of not actually snapping out of this? You will be feeling, and I put feeling in bold, which I'll tell you why in a minute. You'll be feeling guilt. You'll be feeling shame. You'll be feeling a lack of progress. And now feeling is the main driver of your goals, and that's why my channel is called The Fit Feeling. You can either make your thoughts destructive or productive, depending on how they feel. If they feel bad, stop thinking them, because it's not true. You just keep on replaying that so you think it's true. If you keep on replaying, I've already messed up, I might as well keep going, you'll gain weight. And then that'll prove to you that you just keep gaining weight, so it's not for you. When actually, you're just thinking destructive goals and it keeps on making habits for you. So you want to make the good habits, that's transferring to a productive mindset. This is optimism over pessimism. Step 4 is identifying the cycle. You have a trigger, that leads to you having a bad snack because you want to comfort eat. This stops the bad feelings because food gives you a dopamine rush. Then you feel guilty for eating the bad food, then you snack more, and then you give up. That is the cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-step cycle. You could stop it at the trigger. So you've got to find a way to have the triggers not affect you. So if you've got a problem at work, you need to find a way to not snack it, not need to snack it. And if you do not feel like comfort eating, then this cycle won't happen. It'll just start with a trigger, and then you solve that trigger by speaking to someone, telling them you don't like how they're treating you, stuff like that. So my client, this is a story now. So we're getting on to what happened to my client this Tuesday. She had 5 tablespoons of Nutella in a couple of seconds. That was 52.5 grams of sugar. She started beating herself up about it. When I turned up to a session, I could tell she wasn't feeling it. She didn't bring the vibe. She always brings the vibe. And that time I felt something was off. I was like, you okay? And then she told me about the Nutella. What this scenario needs is logic, not emotion. All she needed was reassurance that logically, it's not even that bad. Just 5 tablespoons of Nutella. You've lost some progress. You could have gained a bit of weight. You're just focusing on something really small. You need to open up the picture, which I'll talk to you in a minute about. All I said was, forget it. It's already happened. You've done 20,000 steps yesterday. Yeah, that's how many she did. She does a lot of steps. So 20,000 will take about 2 hours. She's ate 5 tablespoons of Nutella, which is about 400 calories. And that's equal to an hour walk. So from the 2 hours that she did the day before, she's lost half of that. So she's not even in a bad place. She's just done 10,000 steps yesterday rather than 20,000 steps. Obviously, it's not the nutritious food, the nutritious way to go, but she could have made that worse by snack eating even more if I didn't text her this message. So as soon as she went, I just said, throw the Nutella in the bin, you won't see it in your cupboards, and then you'll just eat whatever food you've got in. She says, hiya, just wanted to let you know the Nutella has gone in the bin. I put, well done, now forget about it, it's done, and you've had an amazing session. Now she's put, thank you, I love your motivational texts, they keep me going. And it actually does, she loves all these motivational quotes. She keeps posting it on the community group chat. This is big because I've just talked her out of doing anything really bad. And that is the huge part that's making it worse for you. She just ate that from a trigger. She must have just been feeling snackish. She didn't tell me what the trigger was. But all I did was say a bit of logic. Just say, it's happened, doesn't matter. You haven't even lost much progress. You've just walked 10,000 steps rather than 20. So you've lost an hour of progress, that's it. And you thinking more logically stops you from getting to this bar. So this is the progress that you've made in a day. From your gym, your diet, how many steps you've done, etc. Even your mindset. A small mistake will cost you half of that. So it's costed her half of the steps that she's done. Now continuing in guilt, just because your emotions feel a bit frustrated, you're gonna lose double your progress because you're gonna eat so much bad food that it'll just wipe you out, and then you won't even go to the gym, so it compounds. And this frustration can all stop here, within the small mistake. Even before that, if you develop the trigger. But if you have had the snack, don't take it any further. Just say, it's done. And that's it. Just be content with that. Number 5 is to break the cycle. You've got to acknowledge where you've slipped up. So I want you to recognize and accept that mistakes happen. So here's a good tip that I've came up with. Write on your bedroom mirror, or even your snack drawer, if that helps, if you have a snack drawer, unless you want to get rid of it. Write on a post-it note, mistakes happen, it's what I do next that counts. When you read that, just before you're about to indulge in this after the trigger, you're going to write down, mistakes happen, it's what I do next that counts. That will stop it. All it is about acknowledging this. Practice mindfulness during snack time. That's another great tip. So what you're going to do to practice actually being mindful is to turn off your TV or TikTok. Everyone's using TikTok now and just scroll it endlessly as they're eating. If you do that, you will eat lots more food. We get taught in bodybuilding to do that. Keep the TV on so we can eat more food without feeling hungry, because your mind doesn't actually stop you when you're distracted. So best tip for weight gain is watch the TV and TikTok when you're eating. In everyone else's case, turn it off. Another tip, savor each bite. Actually enjoy the food that you're eating. Choose healthier options too. And also review your feelings after every meal. So just write it down, have a little pen and paper next to wherever you eat. Your family will support you on this, they should do. And then just write down how you're feeling. Make sure it's always good. If it's bad, why is it bad? Is it the mood that you're in? Is it what's happened at work? Or is it the food that you're eating that's making you feel sluggish? Mackies will make you feel sluggish if you've been on a great diet. If you're used to Mackies, you won't feel much different because you're at a low vibration. You need to raise it by eating these healthier options, like I said. And then when you review your feelings, you'll go, I haven't had Mackies in a while, I've just had it and I feel like I'm going to bleep that out. How else can you break the cycle? Set small goals that are realistic, and I mean small goals. So you don't want any rigid diets, you don't want fasting. I brought my client into fasting, that's just because her mindset is primed for it right now. You don't need any of it. A balanced diet, high protein, high fibre, lots of water. Another small goal you can create, 1 extra litre of water a day, and that's not hard. Another one, family takeaway versus, because a lot of families have takeaways every Friday, okay? Family takeaway versus a homemade dish. I want you to get so good at cooking that your family will be jealous and craving the food that you're eating instead of the stupid takeaway. And what comes next after this is reframing your mindset to bring the negative affirmations to positive affirmations. So this is what I dived in a little bit earlier. It's going to be hard at first, but it takes repetition to change your habits, your thought patterns. And make sure you're just seeing it every day, write it down. 1 bad snack doesn't ruin my day. I can make better choices moving forward. That is such a good statement because it's true. You don't really have anything against it. So every time you read that, that'll push you into a better mindset. Now, what are the strategies to stay on track? This is very important now. Healthy snack alternatives. This is a great one. Make sure it is satisfying and nutritious. You got to enjoy it. So try out some new diets. Like I said, become a chef. Make your family jealous that you're eating all this great healthy food. In my client's case, you can swap Nutella for 1 cup of Greek yogurt, mix with 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder and 1 teaspoon of honey. And now that's really high in protein, it's healthy, it's good fats. You can't go wrong. That's a lot better than Nutella because you've not put any sugar in at all. You've just got what's in the Greek yogurt. Another tip to stay on track is to not crave any junk at all. Now when you want to snack eat, that's because you've had low fibre. Make sure you up it. You want 30 gram of fibre a day. You up it slowly over a few weeks. Start on, if you're having 10 gram, work up to 20 gram, then work up to 30 gram the next week. If not, you'll be on the toilet for like half an hour. So another tip, having more water. That'll stop you from snacking because it fills you up. And this beautiful one that I'll always go with, because we have it in our community as well, is build a support system. And that stopped all my clients from quitting. They've texted in the group chat loads. I'll probably put a screenshot up now so you can read one of these. This has stopped people from quitting and snack eating. Talk about your struggles with your friends and family, especially your family, because they're the ones that you spend the most time with, that you love the most, and you care about their opinion. If you want to join a supportive community, you can join my program. So the link is in the description. And you can also have a free one-to-one call with me on Zoom. So when you join my program, you don't get just support from me. You get it from the entire community of people that are in the same situation as you, going through the same struggles. Some people that have been in there already a year, they know how to tackle some of the things you're struggling with currently because they've already done it. And that's why they've been there a year and they've not quit. Little things like this, tiny little things that can develop into something massive. I've helped them solve it and they can help you solve it. So if you want to join that community, link is in the description. Now, another strategy to stay on track is health is a journey, not a destination. Don't ever treat it like you want this goal to lose 4 stone. You want to enjoy every session, every meal, every walk, and then the goal will just come. Like my body, I didn't focus on building the muscle every single week. I just focused on enjoying going to the gym. A couple of years later, I've got the muscle. All you've got to do is prioritise your feelings. Like I kept saying, prioritise your feelings, your results will show. They'll work themselves out. And let this be the last quote that you think about. Don't let one bad snack ruin the rest of your day. Just take it one mindful choice at a time. Now, if you've got any more problems, ask me in the comments and I'll make a video about it, or just comment to you back. And if you want my help, I'm offering the free planning session. We run through your entire goals, small goals, big goals, diet, steps, anything that you're worried about, like cholesterol, how to lower your cholesterol. So you can have a Zoom call with me personally and we can take away all these problems step by step. Or if you want to join my program fully, the link is in the description, and it's my simple and effective formula that will get you from where you are now to where you want to be in faster time. So subscribe for more content like this. It'll be very specific to you. If you watch this video all the way through, really recommend subscribing or looking at the last few videos I've made. I'm going to go even more in depth than this, so don't forget to comment anything you're struggling with.